Howdy guys. Figured this would be the perfect opportunity. A very rainy week ahead of us here in beautiful Sydney, where it has stayed unusually warm. Pretty much this entire autumn season, and honestly, I'm not complaining. I prefer it when it stays like this. I love a mild and, more importantly, a cozy winter season. The only drawback is it's been wet. Like, can't really do anything outside. Stuff gets cancelled. Um, Events have lower than average turnout, so it's not perfect, but it is what it is. Just gonna make sure that everything is connected. So you might be wondering, who is this person that I am drawing, and why am I drawing them in a Simpsons style? Well, I made sort of a bit of a pledge, I guess, to draw all the characters of the game Overwatch as like doing some fan art stuff, and yeah, it came to my attention rather recently that with the relaunch of Overwatch, well, it's not exactly a relaunch. It's the same game, but they've decided to go back on a series of sweeping changes that they made a few years ago, where they decided to call the game Overwatch 2 and brand it as a sequel, but still keep the same game pretty much intact. But they removed several maps and altered characters in not in a dramatic way. I mean, it's still very fun and very playable, but they thought, you know what, all these old character designs. Hey there, Carson Vance. And they took all these old, they gave every character in the game like a sort of a fresh coat of paint, and um, developed the backstory, and with some characters like Cassidy, just completely rewriting his backstory, and changing his name from McCree, which For those of you who know, that's what he used to be called when the game first launched. Hey, pink fluffy unicorn. Good to see you. Excellent, excellent username, by the way. I love that. Pink fluffy unicorn. That's hilarious. So yeah, as I was saying, a lot of the uh, changes made to Overwatch, the original game seemed, you know, interesting, but mostly arbitrary and very marketing driven, and also um, in many respects. A company just sort of panicking a little bit and trying not to show it. So yeah, today I will be drawing Domina. She is one of the recent additions to the character lineup in the game. And I'm drawing her in Simpson style because her gun, which is this thing right here, is very similar to this gun right here from a very classic episode of The Simpsons featuring John Waters as a guest voice. And as Domina is of Indian descent, I'm using Manjula, who is, if anybody knows, the wife of Apu, the guy that works at the Quickie Mart. As kind of the base character model for this one. So when I was a kid, The Simpsons was huge. Like, the 90s were very much dominated by The Simpsons. And if you grew up during that time, like the internet wasn't really a thing back then, so TV was still very much king. And when The Simpsons went when the new episode of The Simpsons dropped on like normal network television. I'm not talking like cable. I'm just talking about like straight up free to air network TV. The following day, everyone was like, "Oh, did you see The Simpsons last night?" And like you'd be quoting that episode and like discussing it with your friends and absolutely sort of having that shared moment. Yes, my day is going amazingly. I had a very solid night's sleep. The thing is, it's been raining constantly here in Sydney, so we've just had kind of non-stop, on and off, just drizzling rain, which is pretty normal for this time of year. Though we have had winters in the past that have been significantly colder. Just gonna jump in real quick just to check the sound. Yep, everything's sounding good. So yeah, I like drawing Simpsons style every once in a while to just sort of keep up the practice. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Trying to get this gun looking right. So yeah, I was always a big fan of like The Simpsons during the '90s. That was the time to watch it. Um, I was, I think, maybe 9 or 10 years old when just those the golden age of the Simpsons. I was pretty much at the perfect age to like witness that firsthand. Like all those amazing episodes. I haven't watched it since 20. I'm gonna say 2012. Like I hung on for a little while. Like I'd start watching it less and less, and I'd just jump in intermittently to see what they were actually doing with the show, and just kind of being, oh, okay, they're still going with these strange and frankly unnecessary updates to the characters and stuff. And eventually, I just thought, you know what, it's probably better just to remember the Simpsons what like as they were rather than what they are now. Because every now and then, like, sometimes I'll actually click on like a video and it'll be like a clip from a new episode of The Simpsons, and because I haven't watched it in so long, like I can't tell what season it's from or whether or not it's like a classic episode that I can't remember completely, or if it's a new one. I mean, the classic episodes are pretty easy to tell apart from the new ones because they were made in a time when everything was still like hand drawn. It was old school. It was very much a like an. It was like making The Simpsons back then was more organic. Like you'd have a writer's room where, guys would be, working on like note paper and stuff. And they've been making parodies of, different movies from the time. I'm just gonna find a reliable. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Get a more zoomed in perspective. would like to extend my appreciation to anyone who's stuck with me for this long at this point. Of all the entertainment options that are available to you here on the internet, you chose to hang out with me, and that means a lot. So Domina has a fascinating looking gun, but essentially it's the atomic discombobulator from the episode of The Simpsons I was mentioning earlier. I seem to have gotten the gun incorrect, so I'm going to have to just back up a little bit. Just rework this design ever so slightly. Oh, okay. Maybe I've been a bit too aggressive with that angle. See, the main problem with looking at a zoomed in version of the weapon in the game is you can only see it from certain angles. It's got a fixed perspective, so it makes seeing the gun in more three-dimensional space kind of tricky. I mean, it's a nitpick that I wish I didn't have to make, because like the designs on these weapons is very beautiful. Like you can tell there's a lot of work, and you know there's a lot of dedication that's gone into them. I just realized she doesn't actually wear a bracelet on her gun hand. So these parts are where it gets complicated, because she's got these two extra arms that like are sort of loosely attached to her back, and they're pretty cool, but I wish they were more like Bob, the robot butler that hangs around with Ash. And like Domina's robot arms are really fun because like they do have some pretty cool abilities. However, the fact that she doesn't use them to like punch, she like uses the the butt of the. Actually, what is her gun called? Hang on. It's called a Photon Magnum. Which is a very cool name for a weapon. Hey, Cat's Nightmare, how's it going? Good to see ya. Yeah, I don't really go live during the day doing the art stream, but I like to mix things up a little bit. Yes, I am. Yes. Yeah, I've only been up for a few hours at this point, and I thought, you know what? I'm actually ahead in my normal work, so I'll just use this opportunity to do some fan art stuff. And how are you going? Hope you're doing well. very cool to. Let's see. I'm using this as a reference here, so I'm sort of eyeballing. How to do this one, making it look cool. Oh no. Is it too early for you? It's you're still a little bit tired. I can completely understand. I'm going to turn this ever so slightly this way. Give it more of a dramatic angle. Yeah, I had an amazing sleep. But the thing is, I use this app on my iPad that makes the rain sounds and stuff. But because it's been raining so consistently here in Sydney, it does make sleeping in a very easy thing to do. Because normally I have my alarm is actually the rain app turning itself off. But when the rain is continuous, like it is today, it's very easy just to sleep in because you think your your app is still going. So it's annoying. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, sometimes you just need the extra. And that's fine to, you know, enjoy the sleep in. I love how sparkly she is. I briefly did some fashion design when I was in high school. Actually, took a very short course on, how to draw dresses and um, do fashion model art. And this is back in, when was it? I think my second last year of high school. A mate of mine, he was very much into drawing as well. We kind of we were we were relatively good buddies, and yeah, he just said, "Look, I want to draw some fashion models." And I'm like, okay. And because like I've always loved drawing. Like it's always been my thing. And yeah, I remember doing a short course where we drew some fashion models, and that was heaps of fun. I love that. So simplifying the design here, just keeping it pretty simple. It's not often that I go live during the day. In fact, I would say it's sort of a, with only a few exceptions, it's kind of an almost never kind of situation. But I love it. I love just being able to work on some stuff. I like having some new fan art ready to go ahead of the upcoming conventions. I think I'll move that hand up just a tad. That's the beauty of using the iPad. In degrees of accuracy. You also get a chance to see how beautifully designed so many things in The Simpsons actually are, especially classic Simpsons. And I think with Domina's car, I'm going to have... I don't know, maybe... So I cut that off at the bottom there. Uh, my watch is telling me to get up and move. I'm like, yeah, make me. I know when I'm going to go to the gym. And it's not right now, that's for sure. So back in the day, the Simpsons creators, they had a very strict, like list of do's and don'ts. But if you watch the very early episodes of The Simpsons, like the first ones that after they broke off from the Tracy Ullman show, they just went and just started making like the greatest cartoon family of all time. They they sort of had this experimental phase where there were these weird scenes where like you'd find like a crowd that was drawn. Homer's standing on a car holding a bullhorn, and it's just weird. Like you sort of look out at the crowd, and whoever drew that, they I don't think they got the memo that they weren't supposed to draw all like that crowd looking quite so weird. But yeah, that just became a meme in its own right. So I'm going to square this off a bit. It's always interesting when you just get a spam call out of the blue. Alright, I think I'll cut this off here. That's the beauty of Procreate. You don't necessarily have to erase everything. If you want to get rid of like unwanted line work, all you have to do is just, oh no. So yeah, you got to be careful with how you place stuff in the environment. We'll do a layer where we can sort of differentiate the tones. I love drawing Simpson style because there is a iconic simplicity to them that, you know, makes drawing like this probably one of the most relaxing I probably don't want it that dark. Maybe a few tones lighter. I also appreciate that coloring in is really one of life's great underrated joys. It's kind of why I like coloring books. Even as a grown up, I can appreciate a really good coloring book. You ever find that you actually that I'll brighten her up just a little bit. She was a little bit on the dark side. On the dark side. Yep. Let's zoom in and see if we can get the right grey tone. And simplicity is key because, like, if she was to appear in like a regular episode of The Simpsons, this particular outfit would probably be simplified even more. Actually, let's give her sort of a purple. Make her stand out just a little bit. Make her seem more like a classic Simpsons character, because classic Simpsons characters really needed more blue hair. In like the newer characters. At least in my opinion. Oh, thank you very much. So we'll be wrapping this one up fairly shortly. I just want to get the stream to a nice 1 hour run. Oh, thank you. Very cool to have you guys on board. Let's see what's going on. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing like the rest of the Overwatch characters as Simpsons versions of them. This is like a little fun side project. I love a good fun side project. Yeah, maybe not that color. Let's try some gold. And again, guys, if you are so inclined, feel free to subscribe, follow, or just quietly lurk. All are welcome. But for now, guys, I'm going to call it in there. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you guys so much for showing up and checking out the live stream. I will be back with another one very, very soon. Sketch Jam is always, getting a little bit better every single time. And yeah, I will be doing another one later on this week. But in the meantime, I do have other content. And if you missed today's live stream, it will be a permanent feature on my channel, and you can watch that whenever you feel like it. Until then, guys,